Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Jay, aka the Stray G, aka Mama. There goes that man again, aka I'm so disrespectful, aka the man by many names. They better not kill my baby Michonne. I'm jumping ahead of stuff. We'll get into that later. So, anywho, let's get into this review. Starts off with Daryl, Rick, and Herschel basically going to meet the governor. They meet the governor, and Rick and the governor begins talking. Okay. Now, Rick and the governor are sizing each other up. The governor says, hey, I'm just here to talk. So he takes off his gun, and he tried to kind of goad Rick into taking off his gun, and Rick just holsters. He's like, I'm not taking off my gun. And I found that funny, because as soon as the governor sit down, they show like a gun that he had taped to like a table, and I'm like, maybe if Rick would have took off his gun, the governor probably would have killed him right there. But they start talking, and they start kind of negotiating off the top, and then all of a sudden you see a truck pull up. A truck pulls up with Andrea, dumbass, and they begin the treaty talk, and Rick basically gives the governor a map saying, you know, your people stay on this side of the river, my people stay on this side of the river, we don't trade, we don't talk, yada yada yada. That's the deal. And the governor's like, well, I can't accept that deal. And then Rick's like, I thought you wanted, Andrea, you said that he was willing to talk. And he was like, listen, this bitch is not in a position to tell you nothing. There isn't going to be none of that. The only way that this will be like, the only thing that's going to happen is, the only thing I will accept is if your people completely and utterly surrender. That's the only thing I'm accepting. And the governor was so gangster when he said it. I was like, Rick knows that number-wise, he is outnumbered a lot. A town versus a group of, maybe, I don't even know how many people on Rick's side, but, and Andrew, the best part in the episode is when Andrew's like, stop this madness, and he's like, and the governor just looks at him and is like, can you please go outside? And she's like, are you kicking me out? Then Rick look at him like, I came to talk to him, can you please go outside? And I was like, yeah, bitch. And the governor began talking again, and Andrew goes outside, and they cut back to the prison. And Merle is trying to convince the rest of the group, hey, this is our chance. We should go kill the governor right now. Merle's like, listen, it's our opportunity. We should kill the governor now. And Glenn's like, no. So, the end of it. So, Glenn is going around and like they're preparing the prison, and they show them like loading up their guns and stuff. Merle basically knows what they don't know, because Merle knows, because he was on that side. He knows that the governor's not going to show mercy. He knows that the governor is going to slaughter all of them like animals. He knows not that this peace treaty is a bunch of bullshit. So they cut back to Rick, to the peace treaty with Rick and the governor, and like Daryl and them are outside, and the governor people are outside too, and they're kind of like, you know, getting into it a little bit, and you know, Herschel steps in and he neutralizes the situation. He's like, if it goes bad in there, we're gonna kill each other anyway, so let's not do it before we have to. And that just goes to show you that none of them really want to kill each other, because all of them kind of thought about like, yeah, he's right, if they don't come up with an agreement, we're gonna die anyway. Well, we're gonna try to kill each other anyway. So make a long story short, they heard some noise. It turns out to be walkers. They run over and they see the walkers, and they're hesitant to kill the walkers together, because by doing it, you have to leave one of the groups to your back. So Daryl tells the guy, hey, you go first. He's like, no, after you. So Andrea goes first. She's like, oh, get out of my way. She stabbed one of them. And then that's when they had like a competition. Now, I really like this part of the show, because it kind of got the governor's people and Rick's people mingling. And it kind of showed that both sides used to have lives outside of this, that they, you know, we found that the little Latino brother that works for the governor had a family or whatnot, kids, and they're not with him, so they explain to you what happened to him. And him and Daryl kind of like, you know, they kind of reach like kind of like a bond. I don't want to say bond, but an understanding that, you know, they're both lieutenants. You know, Daryl is one of Rick's lieutenants. The little Latino brother is one of the governor's lieutenants, and they know what's gonna happen once the war kicks off. And the Latino brother said something, and he was like, you know that this is all bullshit. They're not going to be able to reach an agreement. And after this meeting, we're going to both go back, and maybe within a couple of days, they're both going to give the order. And it's basically going to be on. And, you know, Daryl cool ass looks at him, and he's like, I know. Because everybody knows that it's going to happen. The only reason why I think that they're even meeting with each other is that Rick's still holding out hope that there's still some chance that it can be resolved peacefully. So they cut back to the scene. I mean, to the prison with the group, and I mean, Maggie comes up, and you know, she's talking to Glenn, and Glenn's like, you know, Glenn apologized for making it all about him when they thought that she got raped or whatnot, and they had sex. And I know that this is something that really doesn't matter in the review, but I bring it up because they had gruesome, like, graphic sex. Like, when they showed this shit on TV, I'm like, damn, Glenn putting in work. But then I started thinking, I was like, damn, this is pretty graphic for them to be showing on TV. The Walking Dead is getting away with some shit, but hey, I love it. Keeps for great storytelling. I don't even know why they threw that in there. It had nothing to do with the story, but whatever. Maybe they might use it as a way to get Maggie pregnant later on down the line or something. Who knows? Got into a little altercation. Merle basically was packing up a whole bunch of guns, and he was like, fuck that. Y'all ain't gotta go, but I'm going out there. My little brother's out there. And once again, this just iterates once again that I think Merle really loves his little brother, and he really does feel uncomfortable that his little brother's out there by himself. And that's because he knows that the governor's a fucking madman. And he's like, listen, y'all don't know this motherfucker. So they get into a scrap or whatnot, and nothing really happened. But in the midst of that, he tried to convince Michonne. He tells Michonne that, hey, you know, like I know, that this is the time for us to take down the government. We need to go kill this motherfucker. And Michonne basically says, she gives it some thought, because to be honest with you, they should really kill the governor at this meeting. They should have put his ass down at the meeting, and none of what's going to happen in the future would have ever happened. They should have killed him at the meeting. And she knows that they should, but she respects Rick's wishes. She's like, Rick says stay put. As you go, the blood is on your hands. And Merle he stays put. You know, he's like, alright, well fine, we'll have it your way. We'll stay put. So they cut back to Rick and the governor talking, and the governor, before the meeting was adjourned, he gives the governor, Rick, one opportunity to make all this go away. He tells Rick, if you give me Michonne, nothing will happen. Now, I started this review off with, they better not kill my baby. That's because Michonne is my baby. Michonne, Daryl, and Rick are my favorite characters in this series, hands down. And it will probably be a tie between Daryl and Michonne are my favorite characters. But Michonne is my baby. If Michonne was a real human being, I would marry her. But she's not. She's a character played by an actor on the show that was brought to life from a comic book, wrote by, you know, a man out of his imagination. And Rick didn't say no, but the governor told him, hey, I'm going to give you 2 days to think it over. Now, when he said this, first and foremost, I knew he's not going to let them live. Even if he gives Michonne over, he's going to kill them and kill Michonne. But he really wants to punish Michonne because he's fucked up and he wants to pay her back for killing his daughter. What pisses me off is Rick doesn't say no. He doesn't say no. I feel Michonne has done more than enough to earn her keep. She got them into Woodbury to get Glenn and Maggie back. She brought back the formula for his baby. If she wouldn't have did that, his baby would have most certainly died. She helped Carl. She saved Herschel. As they say in the street, she's put in work. So, I just gotta say, they better not kill my baby. Rick better not betray her, because she's been a loyal girl. She's been loyal to this group, man. Nothing but loyal to them. So, Rick gets back, and of course the governor did what I thought he was going to do. He told him to prepare for war. If they give him Michonne, kill everybody but Michonne. He's the only one that he doesn't want to be killed. And he's probably going to torture her if he gets her. And Rick tells Herschel, what if he's not going to kill Michonne? He's going to kill Michonne. And once again, Rick has these moments where his mind just becomes so weak. So that was the end of the episode with Rick ending. What if they kill Michonne? Oh no, another scene I forgot. When they put Andrea dumbass out, she was like, Herschel walked over to her and was like, yada yada yada. She was like, did he really do that to Maggie? He was like, Herschel didn't say yes or no. He just said he's a sick man. And she was like, how can I go back to him? And I'm thinking to myself, bitch, you gonna go back to him. Quit stunning like you ain't. You gonna go back to him. And when they got done with the meeting and Rick was in his car and the governor was in his car, she kind of did a double take like, who do I go with? And like always, she chose the governor. I'm telling you, if they let if they let Andrea back in the group, I'm gonna be pissed. I think she should die, in my opinion. So that's the end of the episode. What do I think is gonna happen next episode? Hopefully, Rick tells Michonne what the governor proposed, and him and Michonne go out like they're gonna give her over, and they ambush the governor. I think that's gonna happen, but I think somehow they're gonna find a way to try to redeem Maggie and throw a monkey wrench in the governor's plan, because he's gonna kill him anyway, even if they give her there. So, anywho, you guys leave a comment and tell me what you thought of this episode, and tell me what you guys think of this episode. And one more thing, they better not kill my baby. So this has been your boy Jay, and I'm signing off. See you guys next week. Konnichiwa, bitches.